And in today's video we are going to learn on how to generate a histogram graphs in Stata. So I'm using version 13 of Stata. So you go to file to have your data. So I'm going to use an example of datasets that is saved in Stata. So I'm going to go to example datasets, install in SPSS, and I'm going to use the nswa88.dta data. So I click use. Then I close that window. Already my data is in status. So for me to generate a histogram, I go to graphics, and then I pick histogram, and then I have this window where it has features that I'm supposed to be mingling around for me to generate an histogram graphs. So I'm going to pick a continuous variable. Remember that for you to have an histogram, the data should be a continuous variable. So in this case, I'm going to use wedge, and then I'm going to leave it to be in density, and then I'm going to click submit so that this window doesn't disappear. If I want to go back to editing, I can still find it there. If I click OK, it is going to disappear. So if I want to do editing, I will need to go back. So here is our histogram graph, and you can see it is being in terms of density. So we have our histogram graph density at the y-axis, and then we have hourly wage at x-axis. So let's do some editing. So I want to have a title in this graph, and then I'm going to do distribution of wages, and then I submit. And then you have your graph already having a title. And then also I can do some other editing. I want for the y-axis, I want to do some editing. I'll leave the rule to be use default rule, and then I go to labels, and then I'm going to choose the color of the labels. Then I'm going to use yellow, and then for the angle, I'm going to have my in terms of vertical, and then I'm going to click accept. Then I submit. Then the color is not visible. Maybe I'm going to put a color which is visible. So I'm going to put forest green, and then I'm going to change the labels to be in horizontal, and then click accept, and then submit. Then you see the labels in terms of the y-axis, they are now arranged vertically. The other way it was horizontally. So we have at least somewhat, this one is presentable. So this is a presentable histogram graph. So we can still do something. And then for x-axis also, you can go back to major ticks, and then for the labels you can change the color into something which is very light blue, and then you click accept, and then you submit, and then you see the labels in the x-axis has changed from black to blue. Then also, what else can you do? Okay, and then you can have also, like you go back to, you can have the legend. You can show the legend if you want. You click OK, and then you see the legend. Yeah, so since I clicked OK and my window has disappeared, if I want to go back, I'll just go here, and then I can do my editing. So also what I can do here is axis line properties. Okay, I can change the color to be yellow, then I click accept, then I submit. So you can see the y-axis, I can go to x-axis, and then the color I changed to be mint, I accept, and then submit. And then you see the color. Then also for the minor, I can change the color to be this, and then I click submit, and then I can see changes. So you can also come here and then have the subtitle. You can say of the population. You can say the population yearly payment, and then you click OK, and then see what happened. We have a subtitle of the title. Let's see what else we can do in this Instagram. So we can also we can change instead of density, we have it as a frequency. Then we click OK, and then you see we have now as a frequency as opposed to earlier that we had as density. So let's see if we can still do something in this graphs. Okay, you can also change the number of pins. So you can click here, instead of 10 you have 6, you have 7. Click OK and see what will happen. The number of bins has changed. If you want to increase also the number of bins, you can go back and increase the number of bins to be 15, and you click OK and see what happens. Also the number of bins has increased. So that's what you can do. The important part is to have your labels here, the y-axis and then the x-axis. For the legend, you don't need to have it because you need to give a very good title that is going to speak whatever you have in the histogram. So those are very important areas, the title, and then you have your y-axis well label and then x-axis well labels. That's all about creating histogram graphs in Stata. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it is going to help you. If you didn't know to generate an Instagram graph using Stata.